here's a story from The World.
Dharavi is the largest informal settlement in Asia. It sits smack in the middle of Mumbai, India's financial capital. I've been there, and if you saw Slumdog Millionaire and Dharavi's warrens of alleys packed with people, the naked electric utility wires and open sewer drains, it is not an exaggeration. Authorities say they want to turn the area into a modern township. But as Raksha Kumar reports from Dharavi, it's a plan that's been in the works for a long time because it won't be so easy to execute.
Abbas Zakaria Galvani takes me up creaky wooden stairs to the third floor of his clay pot making factory. Small clay lamps sit on shelves that line the walls from floor to ceiling. Huge pots cover the floor. About half a dozen men are packing the pots in boxes. We sell in cities across the country and even export to other countries, he says. To meet the demand, he gave up the manual pottery wheel and now works with an electric one. Galvani's factory employs 22 people. It is one of thousands of small industries that exist in the tightly packed locality of Dharavi. More than 1 million people live and work in this 1 square mile area, which some urban planners often refer to as a slum cluster.
तो हमारी जो फैमिली है धारावी में आई हुई है 1919 के अंदर.
Galvani says his family moved to Dharavi when it was nothing more than a swamp 100 years ago. Families like his cleared out the marsh, built their homes, started small businesses that now contribute to over $1 billion in revenue every year. Informal markets pack every street of Dharavi. For 20 years now, successive governments proposed to build a modern township, complete with roads, schools, parks, hospitals and housing enclaves. Local residents resisted the plan, fearing that fancy, gentrified buildings will have no place for them. But for real estate companies, Dharavi is a golden goose, given its strategic location. Dharavi sits in the middle of Mumbai with the city's 2 main train lines passing through it. It has a huge government hospital that caters to millions of the city's poor and middle-class populations. I see lots of ambulances, about 4 or 5 ambulances. The OPD department in itself has about 5 stories and there is a long queue. About 200 people queuing up for various tests and consultations.
Dharavi is a mini city inside a city.
That was architect Sandhya Naidu. She says the biggest challenge is to develop Dharavi while ensuring its people get to live and work there. And so the redevelopment plan,
it'll have to be heavily influenced by people who have the lived experience of having been in Dharavi, all their lives.
That is not fully the case currently. One of India's largest conglomerates, the Adani Group, won an auction recently and will work with the government to redevelop Dharavi. The proposed plan focuses on providing housing for some residents while displacing others. Krishna Pujari is an entrepreneur who runs a travel company in Dharavi. He says residents have another concern.
Will they get a place where they can start their work or factories or business, whatever it is?
For many, Pujari says, providing homes without a space to run the business will mean a complete loss of livelihood. But it is precisely these industries that the government says need relocating. The CEO of the Dharavi Redevelopment Board, SCR Srinivas, told local media in January that Dharavi needs to develop so that it doesn't continue to add to Mumbai's pollution.
Entire sewerage, everything is untreated, it is going into the Mithi River. There is no drinking water, no sanitation. There are leather industries there and textile industries which are highly polluting.
It's not just leather and textiles. Small industries contribute to pollution too. In the Potter's Colony in Dharavi, Meenakshi Savanya is standing near a kiln where her pots are baked before they are sold.
पहला फर्स्ट आता है दिवाली फेस्टिवल, उनके बाद आता है मराठी लोग का संक्रांति.
We sell our pots throughout the year during different festivals, she says. So the kiln burns most of the time, adding smoke to narrow, haphazardly built homes around it. Redeveloping Dharavi might curb such polluting practices. But ultimately, can Mumbai develop its informal settlements to actually benefit the people who live there? In the case of Dharavi, 1 million people. Back in his factory, Abbas Galwani practices a speech he is to give in the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, on pot making. He says Dharavi gave him his identity.
तो सुधार तो करो, डेफिनेटली करो. वो सुधार को ऐसे अंदाज पे रखा करो कि उन लोगों को नुकसान ना हो.
With time, there is bound to be change, he says. By all means, redevelop our informal settlement, but do not put us out of work. For the World, I'm Raksha Kumar in Mumbai.